The Florida Panthers, a good team, a damn consistent team throughout the course of this series. So consistent, in fact, we find ourselves back in the conference final. Easy for me to say, no, I'm not restarting this intro. Today, though, yeah, we get to take on the Philadelphia Flyers, who won 57 games in the regular season. Now, here's the thing. Logic doesn't always apply. We can win 57 games, get into the first round, and get decimated. Right? Right. So, really, when I see Philly with the better record, in a way I should think, oh, good, it's gonna, they're gonna choke. Probably not, though. Probably not. And they're probably going to do quite well, and it's as uphill of a battle for us as it probably should be. Now, they're averaging over 4 goals a game, the only team to do so. We have the third best average thus far this postseason. Goals against at a 2.82, ours at a 2.55, though, so maybe it balances out a little bit. Their power play is outrageous. Their penalty kill, also outrageous. And yes, I think we're probably going to want to look at addressing our penalty kill and shaking things up just a little bit. So, all in all, oh boy, all in all, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens here, aren't we? It's pretty much the only way to go about this. We have to wait and see as far as what happens here. This team is good enough. It's just, will they get the job done? We don't know the answer to that. What I do know is that I want Aaron Ekblad on the power play over Dryden Hunt. No disrespect to Dryden. Well, I guess our entire third line is there, actually. Never mind. Sergachev can stay. Our penalty kill, though. Now, see, it shouldn't be this bad. What we're going to do, though, is we are going to place our top options in. We're going to go with the top line. That way, the third line immediately after can step out and hopefully do some business. Okay, maybe not. That was an idea of a strategy. I need to find people who actually fit the PK strategy. I wish there was an easier way to check than to sit here and have to manually check every single person. Hey, there we go. So how our luck works. Tippett doesn't work at all. Did Achari work? Achari doesn't work. Does Vinny work? He doesn't. Okay, fabulous. Does Huberdeau work? Nope. No, he doesn't. What about Heponiemi? No. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to go with Barkov. Or we're going to go with Vincent Trocheck. Yeah, and we're going to do something like that. Perfect. Kind of. Jesus, this is a nightmare. Howard and Borgstrom are going to have to be the forwards here. They're going to have to be. Borgstrom, still a -3, even though he fits. Okay, yeah, no wonder why a penalty kill sucks. Our players just apparently don't mesh all that well. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's fine. We know the team. We know the deal. We know the drill. Top players deliver. We do well. Top players underperform. We suck. Spencer Knight does well. We do extremely well. Spencer Knight, he is included in the top players list, but I feel it necessary to point him out in particular because this is the team that we are going up against today. And it's a very well-rounded team. A lot of depth. JVR, Sebastian Aho, and Bobby Brink. Right. That could be problematic. Brendan Perlini, Morgan Frost, and Jakub Voracek. Sean Couturier and Travis Konechny. Fourth line of Tanner Pearson, Nolan Patrick, Kevin Hayes, who has no points in 11 games. So, I don't endorse physical violence, but if someone would like to headshot Joel Farabee, there might be a bonus for you. Provorov and Sanheim, York, and Mayfield, who have been very good. Mayfield takes a butt ton of penalties, though. Ben Hutton and Connor Murphy. The goaltender is Catahat. Going down to the Cat Pack with Catahat, wearing Cat hat. We're good. He only has a 9-10, though, which means we're probably screwed. Pilot's hurt. Ratcliffe's there. It's a beatable team. Like, the defense isn't outrageous. The bottom six is good, but isn't outrageous. The goaltender's obviously great, but he's underperforming. I mean, it's such a close battle here in terms of these ratings, except for goaltending, but that's because obviously our backup's a bit weaker. Colorado's up 1-0 on Vegas. And at this point, I just say, let's get this underway. Because we can sit here and look at the matchup, say, here's the advantage here, here's their team. We just have to wait and see how it sims and how it all plays out. Are we good enough to make it back to the Stanley Cup Final? Yes, we are. Will we? We're about to find out. First period of Game 1, and it's a decent start. Sasha Barkov with the opening goal on Hart, 14 shots to 11. Second period, I thought we were in trouble. Noel Acciari makes it 2, Borgstrom makes it 3. 19 seconds later, though, Sebastian Aho gets one back. So a 3-0 lead at one point on Philadelphia and Carter Hart. So Carter Hart, again, looking vulnerable. We're up by 2, heading into the third period of Game 1 on the road. Power play for the Flyers. They score. Sean Couturier brings them to within 1 as Denisenko gets a huge goal to restore the 2-goal lead. Huberdeau makes it 5, and right now, this Flyers defense, and in particular Carter Hart, is not on his game. Huge power play for the Flyers goes to waste under 5 minutes left, and the Panthers are going to take Game 1. Huberdeau, insult to injury, with the empty netter. Not the display you'd expect to see from Hart, but maybe a slightly weaker defense core is the reason for that. Not that they're terrible, but they're not anything overly ridiculous, nor is our defense core, though, for that matter. Sasha Barkov, a 4-point game, 3 points for Huberdeau. Spencer Knight was on point as well, only allowing 2 goals. Very happy with that performance overall. Who struggled for Philly? It was Provorov and Sanheim, Voracek, Frost, Perlini. Damn, that top pairing really failed them there. And for us, Barkov, Huberdeau, I mean, just phenomenal. Ekblad and Sergachev were great. Hutsko, so the third line, didn't exactly kill it, but we do get the win. Now, I'm not overly confident, at least not yet. Especially if we win Game 2, I'm going to be scared to death that we just immediately lose Games 3 and 4, for obvious reasons. History is there for a reason, but for now, we'll keep the team the same, and we shall sim. We shall sim. Let's do this. First period of Game 2, and it's a better start for Philly. Bobby Brink with the goal. They doubled us up in shots. Second period. Ooh, okay, that's not great. Vinny Trocheck ties it, and from there, JVR on the power play, Farabee and Brink. Sergachev gets one back, but we are down by 2 heading into the third period. 4-2 now. They still have us doubled up in shots. It is 24-12. Not the offensive performance I was looking to see here. Hart still vulnerable as Barkov scores again, but Morgan Frost gets one on the power play. If Spencer Knight had shown up in this game, we would potentially be good to go, but he certainly has not, and the AI is not smart enough to pull the damn goalie, as Konechny makes it 6, and that's going to do it. That was the backbreaker, as if the Frost goal wasn't. So we are going to split these 2 games. Huberdeau with a goal. Helps with the stats at least, but we're going to fall short. 6-4 is your final. 10 goals between these 2 goaltenders. Ugh, not a game to remember for one Spencer Knight. It wasn't any particular line or pairing that was brutal. The power play is obviously hurt, but you know what hurts more? Spencer Knight having an .833 save percentage. I'd love to know what the 5-on-5 save percentage was, but regardless, not good enough. Simply not good enough. It's kind of dumb that it doesn't tell you what goal was a power play goal from this menu, but what are you going to do? So we don't have that 2-0 lead, so it is kind of tough to tell how the rest of this series is going to go. I'm tempted to make changes, but I won't. We're just going to jump into Game 3 and see what the hell happens. On home ice, what are we going to do? What version of this team shows up? First period, goal apiece. Sasha Barkov scores again. That top line's doing very well, but Cam York is able to tie it. Shots were close. Second period, we have the lead. Sasha Barkov again. That top line is feasting right now. But can the defense and the goaltending hold up? Shots are close, as is the score. Power play for the Cats is a wasteful one. Power play for the Flyers is also killed off. Halfway through the third period here. Can we hold on? Under 6, now 5, 4, 3. Perlini. Are we going to overtime? Yes, we are. 2:41 left. Brendan Perlini ties it. Shots are close. The score is even. Overtime in Game 3. This could very well dictate how the rest of this series is going to go. Here we go. Can we find the goal that we need? Please. Second line, third line, fourth line. Anybody? Please. Score a goal. Owen Tippett. The top line is awake, alive, and well. Oh my God, what a goal for him. 37 shots apiece, but 3-2 is your final score. Spencer Knight, have my children. What a performance. As strong as we needed you to be, a great bounce-back effort. Sasha Barkov with 2 goals. And we survive. We take a 2-1 series lead as, again, that top line. Jonathan Huberdeau actually didn't even have a point, but Sasha Barkov was insane, as was that top pairing. Achari, Connolly, and Smirnoff had games to forget. But again, Owen Tippett with the goal. Spencer Knight was on point. And we have a 2-1 series lead. Now the question, is it going to be win-loss, win-loss? Granted, we're on the right side of that pattern, but still not necessarily the ideal pattern to be seeing right now. We're going to leave the team the same. Yes, there are some concerns. The fourth line could be better. We're going to go for it. This team is good enough in its current form to win. It's just a matter of whether or not they will. So here we go. Game 4, first period. What a start. Logan Hutsko, who's been a little bit quiet, he gets the power play goal. Vincent Trocheck, who's also been quiet, scores as well. We were outshot 12-7, but we are up 2-0 so far. First period done. Second period was not great. Konechny gets one back. Trocheck scores on the power play, his second goal of the game, but Bobby Brink, a minute and 40 later, gets them back to within 1 yet again. 3-2 heading into the third. Spencer, we need a strong effort, and we need some insurance goals, please. Power play, another power play goal. Jonathan Huberdeau. Oh, man. Top line delivers, top power play delivers. Huge goal from Huberdeau. And Chase Howerluck. Let's go. 5-2 is your score and will be your final score. The Florida Panthers are 1 win away from making it back to the Stanley Cup final. What a game from Hutsko, Hunt, and Trocheck, that third line. The power play was ruthless. Spencer Knight on point again. We are 1 win away from getting back to where we haven't been since season 1. As Vegas has rebounded to beat Colorado in 3 straight. The team stays the same. 3 opportunities to seal the deal. Can we get it done? Game 5, back in Philadelphia. Here we go. Can we punch our ticket back to the Cup final? First period, goal apiece. Howerluck shorthanded. Voracek gets one back. The outshot is 12-5. Again, Carter Hart has not been on his game. Second period, Spencer Knight's not on his game in this one. Vinny Trocheck makes it 2-1, but then 3 unanswered. Brink, a power play goal from Frost, and Perlini scores again. We're down by 2 heading into the third. 24 shots, I believe it was 17 at the time. Do we have what it takes to battle back? Sasha Barkov, asking you shall receive. Come on now, Barkov, Huberdeau, Tippett, Heponiemi, Borgstrom, Denisenko. Denisenko's been very quiet. Grigory, could you wake up, please? It is time for school. Under 4 minutes left. This isn't looking good. Game 6 is going to happen. 4-3 is your final. 4-3 is your final here in Game 5. The Flyers live to see another day. And our first opportunity to close out this series goes to waste. Horrific game for the Kessler-Morrow pairing. And an absolutely horrific game from Spencer Knight, who was ultimately replaced. Lucas Dostal stepped up in that third period, the final 13 minutes or so. He goes 6 for 6 with the saves, but ultimately too little too late. Go figure, though. Spencer Knight taken out in that game, but not the game where he ultimately gave up 6 goals. Go figure. Colorado staves off elimination as well. Game 6. We still have the lead. I am super tempted to maybe make some changes, particularly on defense. But we're going to leave it for now. Our second opportunity to seal the deal. Let's do it. Can we get the job done right here and right now? First period, 2 goals apiece. Jesus. Smirnoff and Heponiemi, but then Perlini and Brink on the power play. 9 shots to 7, we're tied at 2. Second period, good God, Spencer. Provorov and Voracek, 4 unanswered goals. Kessler, Huberto tie it. Farabee a late goal, we're down 5-4. Goaltending need not apply, but right now Carter Hart's been better than Spencer Knight, or at the very least his team is still winning. Is there a tying goal here? Power play for Philly goes to waste. Short power play for ourselves. That also goes to waste. Under 6, now 5. Voracek scores. We're going to 7. The Florida Panthers shit the bed. Late goal from Ekblad. Shit the bed in back-to-back elimination games. The Flyers force Game 7 on home ice. And if we choke this away, then there will be some serious questions. Particularly for one Spencer Knight. There will be some questions. We're leaving the team the same. Again, it's always the argument of, do you leave the team the same or do you change what you know is a problem? We're going to leave the team the same this time. I'd normally change it. I won't this time. The Vegas Golden Knights are off to the Cup final. Will the Philadelphia Flyers or the Florida Panthers join them? Here we go. Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Final. First period, advantage to the Cats. Vincent Trocheck, 8 shots to 5. Second period, 2-0. Sasha Barkov, 23 shots to 14. Third period, 3-0. Logan Hutsko. Oh my God, Logan Hutsko. Borgstrom. Carter Hart falls apart. The Florida Panthers survive a scare against the President's Trophy winners. We are going back to the Stanley Cup final. Spencer Knight returns to form. The third line shows up. We are going to the Stanley Cup final to take on the Vegas Golden Knights. Season 1. We made it. It was a surprise. We fell short. And now here in the 2024-2025 season, we make it. 49 wins against 44 in the regular season. Shows that momentum doesn't mean much heading into the playoffs in this game. Vegas beat Arizona, Los Angeles, and Colorado to get here. We, of course, beat New Jersey, Ottawa, and Philly. But we are back in the Stanley Cup final. Four beautiful wins away from winning it all, and potentially being able to end this series on a little bit of a high note with deadline day coming up. Time will tell.